To the show this morning. We shall begin with what's trending with my colleague Caroline Obuya, who joins me on set. Caroline, thank you so much for joining us here on set. Thank you for making time for us here on News Diary to inform us on what's trending. And of course, there is so much that's making headlines from, of course, the arrival, the hypothetical arrival of Stella on the 17th of May. But apart from that, there are also other stories making headlines. We did see the appointments. Take us through what Kenyans are talking about on social media.
Good morning, George. Yes, there's so much happening on social media today. We saw yesterday the appointment of DPP Nurdin Haji to the Director General NIS. And this has really gotten, different talk on social media, with a lot of people saying that the DPP, of course, deserved this position. He's very hardworking. But, we'll always have two sides of a coin. So there are those people who say that the DPP is being rewarded for, a lot of cases that, he had to do away with, and they were not taken to conclusion. So there is so much happening. So a lot of people say that he deserves the position, the appointment. But let me read one of the comments by Yusuf Hassan. Yeah. Yusuf Hassan says, just a minute. Congratulations to Nurdin Haji on his well-deserved appointment as Director General of NIS, with gratitude to the President, William Ruto. Yeah. This significant milestone symbolizes the recognition of the Somalis community's integral role in Kenya's socio-economic and political fabric, making a notable advancement from the past marginalization and stigma. Yusuf Haji. Yeah. So Kenyans feel that these taglines of Kenyan Somali, or they shouldn't really occur. I mean, we're all Kenyans, and so bringing that the Kenyan Somali thing, this is something that really needs to be done away with. They need to start seeing themselves as Kenyans, not as Kenyan Somali. So yeah, such are the sentiment that were coming up. But we wait to see. Congratulations to the DPP. We wait to see what comes up. Basically, that's what Kenyans are talking about, the appointment. Yes.
There is also Yesu Watongaren. I mean, he was released, and you did see that video of someone telling him, "Aya ni mambo ya dunia, tutapanda na wewe."
Aya ni mambo ya dunia. Yeah, Yesu Watongaren, is causing buzz. That season of where preachers, all these people, men of the cloth, are causing a buzz on online. So Yesu Watongaren was released yesterday, and he said, "You see, I was blameless." And guess who was representing Yesu Watongaren? George Wajakoya. Yeah. So, and George Wajakoya has actually blamed all this on the political class in Bungoma. The who's now that are facing Yesu Watongaren are being turned to the political class in Bungoma. However, Yesu Watongaren, he came out and said, he's just a normal man. He was asking even people to buy for his, daughter a gas cooker and a telephone and something like that. However, what has come out from this whole scenario is that Bungoma has been touted as the county with the majority of God's prophets. Name all of them. John the Baptist. Yeah. So not just Eliud Wekesa here, Yesu Watongaren. So we had before that, we had Jehovah Wanyonyi, we had I think Akatsa, and there's one who calls himself John the Baptist. They're all from Bungoma, and there's several others. And so when these people are being asked, why is Bungoma, leading in all this, they're the leaders in all God's angels, prophets. They say Bungoma is one of the, county with the poorest people in the country. And, God likes to use poor people to advance, his message. So it's no wonder that Bungoma has made it, to produce gods and angels. And so basically Bungoma is interesting. Going forward, it will be interesting to see whether the vibrancy of the gods, the angels, and the proclamation of the gospel will still go ahead with what is happening now, people being held and, but again, there's freedom of worship. So we wait to see, George, what going forward, what
Caroline,
happens.
I see Stella is trending at number 3, and people are saying, I see somebody are saying, Freshly Mwamburi will go down in history as the first African man to quote unquote send fare. And today, May 17 marks 31 years since the arrival of Stella, a character in Freshly Mwamburi's sensational song. 31 years later, this song still makes, it hits headlines, especially, it trends on Twitter. Yeah. Kenyans are still talking about it. What is the relevance, and perhaps what are some of the things you've seen on social media? It's
that day, 17th May. We just can't wish it away, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm just hoping that Abab Namwangapa is reading this, as this has gotten to his attention. But today is May the 17th, and when we talk about May 17th, Freshly Mwamburi, Stella wangu, that song. So it's one of those days that it's already trending. So for those some Gen Zs who might not know about this Stella, there was this lady that who was dating this man called Freshly Mwamburi. Freshly Mwamburi is a singer. He's from the Coast community. Region, and so he sponsored this lady to go to Japan for further studies, to go and study medicine. She went for 3 years. Freshly in his song says that he sold his land, he sold his car, he sold his cows and goats to sponsor Stella to go and study abroad in Japan. She was studying medicine. So when it was time for Stella to come back, Freshly, together with these boys, he had Uncle Kilinda there, he had Uncle Mganga, Killa, he names all of them. So they all went to JKIA to receive, Freshly Mwambuli's sweetheart, shock on them. So when she was just alighting from the plane, Stella was carrying a young baby in his arms. And behind Stella was a short Japanese man, 4 foot tall. And Freshly Mwamburi wished he could, sing in Hindu and all in English, but he couldn't because he didn't know that language. He resorted to singing in Luo and Taita. So there was shock, and they left there with the uncles. You can imagine that whole scenario. The uncles are there. Respected people. And back in those days, you can imagine. So I don't know what word was going on in Taita following that, following this ordeal. But people are saying that. Fear women is one of those trends that has come up, that women, this folk. And so people... It
appears it just didn't start now.
It didn't start now. It started from back in the days, according to, Freshly's revelations in the song. And so Kenyans, it's one of those songs that unites Kenyans, brings Kenyans together. They get on the platform to talk about this, talk about that. So it's one of those days, and it's trending.
Yeah, WhatsApp introducing a feature to lock private conversations, another thing that is also trending. Are Kenyans excited? Are they saying this will break relationships? What are they saying?
And before I move to that, they're saying the Kenyans are saying that they would really love to hear Stella's side of the story. They have never had Stella's side of the story. Stella needs to come out and and say this is actually really what happened.
Herself.
What's up?
For 31 years, she's been accused of.
She's been accused. She needs to come up. I'm sure people like Dunstan Omari, Cliff, those who handle those cases will be happy enough to represent Stella.
Caroline.
So
let's go to WhatsApp.
Yes, WhatsApp GB. WhatsApp GB was trending yesterday. They have this feature that can help you to lock your, maybe intimate or, some very sensitive messages. So while this feature comes up on WhatsApp, there's WhatsApp GB. Do you have WhatsApp GB?
No, I don't. But I know people who have them.
You can't
even dare post a status update with errors.
Thank you.
It doesn't go away for them.
So WhatsApp GB is what was trending yesterday, and I'm like, why is WhatsApp GB, trending? So I go online and I'm like, with WhatsApp, GB, there's so much you can do that you can't, do on the regular WhatsApp. It's like the regular WhatsApp and WhatsApp GB, it's like the two different massages. There's the regular massage and there's massage with more. Those massages that are called massage by so and so. Yeah, that is what WhatsApp GB is all about.
Yes.
With WhatsApp GB, you can save people's statuses. You can send longer videos. If I send you a message, Maringa, and I decide to delete it, maybe it was by mistake or it was not even yours, that person can be able to see your message. I mean, it spies on you. There is so much information that, and also another thing, once you post a status and it's supposed to disappear after 24 hours, after that, you find a person with WhatsApp GB responding to your status
after 24 hours.
After 24 hours, and you're like, I thought this thing, is gone. So those are the features of the WhatsApp GB, and that's why it was trending. It's like those massages with extra. Yeah. So basically, yeah. So we wait to see what the new feature looks like for WhatsApp. This is something maybe they should have brought. Are you gonna use it, the new feature?
The new feature. I mean, it's WhatsApp, so I mean, it's good to explore what's there, but also, I mean, that's also something.
Yeah, Kenyans. Yes, Kenyans are saying that the level of cheating just shots up and go. Yes, like. Why could people be locking their messages? So they have given a lifeline to those people, who like to cheat or whatever, to be locking their messages. So basically, right.
Yeah. As you wind up, very briefly, Caroline, what is this with coins being held back by cashiers? Very briefly.
Yes, there was this story. It was actually all the stories we're talking about. You grab today's standard. Actually, you can read about Tongaren. You can read about the DPP Nurin and all the stories. So about the coins, there was an uproar. About I don't know if you've been to the supermarket and then you bought some merchandise and then the cashiers there decide to maybe hold back your coins and then give you sweets or something like that. So these stories came up in some group and people were complaining like, no, with this high cost of living and whatever, I need back my coins. So there was an incident where a lady went into a supermarket, she bought some merchandise and she was given, there was change of 3 bob, something like that. She was given sweets instead. But now she remembered she needed something else, and she, with the hard cash that she had been given some notes. So she went back to the supermarket and picked, I think, a packet of unga for 183. She didn't have 3 bob. She had been given sweets. So when she went back to the cashier, she gave back the 180 and 3 sweets. So because she was like, this is what I was given. She caused, I mean, like, yes, give me my 3 bob, then I can pay. She caused, there was drama, and they even had to call the supervisor there, and she put forward her claim. She said, this is what happened. I bought merchandise. I was given sweets here, and they're the ones I'm giving back. I mean, the same way they're giving me. What's the difference? Guess what? She was right. The supervisors apologizes to her and says that, no, you're right. Just give her her 3 shillings, and she is right. So Kenyans are saying like, never again are they going to do what? To be forced to eat sweets from the supermarkets. And Kofek actually said that this is an unscrupulous way supermarkets are using to make extra sales in the supermarkets.
Thank you so much, Caroline Obuya, for that detailed brief on what's trending. Of course, be sure to catch what's trending every weekday right here on KTN News on News Diary. Thank you, Caroline, for